In this video, we're going to create an assembly drawing of the object that you see. So here's a drill jig in the isometric, and we have all the parts that comprise the drill jig, and we're going to put them together in a technically correct assembly drawing. All right, the first thing we're going to do is copy the parts that we need. So there's only one of each, but you can see that, so for example, the end bracket here, there's two of them in the assembly, so we need to copy that. So let's do that. And for the end bracket, it's a mirror copy, so we're going to mirror that. So we'll hit the mirror command, select the whole end bracket, and we're going to mirror it about the center of the center plate. All right, and we're not going to erase the original object. All right, now we're going to move the end brackets into place. So we're going to select the move command, select the end bracket, and now the base point becomes important. We want to move from a particular point to a particular point. So I'm going to choose this intersection, and we're going to move it to this intersection. We're going to do the same with the other end bracket. All right, now we're going to move this entire subassembly here into place. So we're going to move this entire thing. And again, look at what connects, right? So we're going to move this intersection to that intersection. All right, now we're going to move this guy. But before we move it, we want to make a copy of it. So we're going to copy it, because there's going to be one on that side as well. And I'm going to move this guy closer to where we want it so we can zoom in. All right, so this goes into this hole. So I want to move this whole thing. And think about the functional relationship between the two locations. I want to move this surface right here, the midpoint of this one, to this intersection right here. And I'm going to do the same over here. Zoom all. All right, next we're going to do the hex head bolt and nut. We need a copy of both of those, and they're going to be a mirror copy, so I'm going to select that, mirror it about the center plate. No, we won't erase. And then I'm going to move them a little closer to where we want to place it in. So I can zoom in. All right, so first we'll move the bolt in. And I'm going to do the midpoint of the head to that intersection. Same with the other bolt. And then the nut just goes on the end. So midpoint to right that intersection. All right, so the whole thing is assembled, but it's kind of messy. right? There's lines over lines. The line types are not what they should be, so now it's our job to clean it up and determine what needs to be shown and what doesn't matter and can be taken off. The job of a assembly drawing is to show how parts fit together. It's not necessarily to show every single detail. So we need to be clear about what we show and what we don't show. So what I want to do is go into this area and just erase the hidden lines associated with the hole. We don't really care about the hole, we care about the screw, right? Because we want to know that this is where the screw goes. So let's go into our layers pull down window and lock the visible layer. So locking that layer, you can see, we can still see it, but it kind of becomes a little lighter, and that's good. We want to still see it, but we can't select it. See, we can't select it. And this allows us to go in there and just click on all these hidden lines that are associated with the hole and delete them without being worried about, you know, clicking on the visible lines. So let's just get rid of all these hidden lines. And see, that looks much cleaner, right? Much cleaner. Let's do that to the other side as well. All right, the same goes for the hole on the bolt. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Now you can see I'm hovering over and it's not allowing me to select the hidden line. So let's draw a window going from the right to the left. And that will allow me to select the hidden line. And there's one in here as well. And so you don't have to worry about selecting the visible line, so that's good. So that's looking much cleaner already. All right, so let's go and unlock the visible layer. Now let's erase duplicate center lines. So you'll notice that there's a center line here and a center line here. Let's erase one of those. It doesn't really matter which one. We just don't want them overlapping. And then there's a center line here and here. So let's erase the duplicate center line. And then we can extend the center line that's remaining. So we'll just extend that and make it longer. Same with this one. All right, now we need to change the visible lines to hidden lines. So like the visible lines in the cap screw and the visible lines of the bolt that are inside the part. So let's draw a window around this entire cap screw. Oh, I didn't quite get everything here. There we go. And then go up to the layers panel and change that to hidden. And the same over here, hidden. All right, so those are hidden, and then The same with the bolt. Let's do those individually because I'm getting the nut in there. And then hidden. Same over here. Hidden. All right, and then you'll notice that there's just a little bit of the line out here that should be visible that is not, so we're gonna trim that off and add it back in as a visible line. Same on the other side. All right, so we have that. Let's zoom out and see how it looks. All right, so we have the assembly all cleaned up and it's looking nice. So in the next video, we're going to add the part location through ballooning and the title block and the parts list.